Welcome, Warriors, back again with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2. I just came back from working out, and I figured I'd do a video here before I start moving around and doing other things. Once again, thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the comments and the likes and those type of things. And also, I have a donate button if you want to donate. Hopefully this helps you, helping people in the audience and views, getting some kind of perspective on things. I'm trying to better my technology, but for the main reason, the main purpose right now is to get the information out, and we can kind of talk about other things and be more specific as time goes on. I'm actually planning to do book reviews and different types of things of books that I feel that are important, like Fountain of Youth, Think and Grow Rich, The Secret of the Ages, things like this. I'm going to kind of talk about and do a little philosophy as well as we go on. But today, the episode, and before I say it, go ahead and subscribe, comment, and like. I saw a couple interesting videos on what they call the Sigma male. Now, as you know, we have alpha males out there, and alpha males are those who take command, take control, but are very loud and really kind of strong in the way they want to be in command all the time. Beta males tend to be the opposite. They're tending to follow. They're tending to not be very strong, as we talked about before. Women, especially, they'll be with a beta male, but they really don't respect a lot of beta males. They want a person that's in command and control. Now, there's a person in between there, which I think I kind of fall into, and a lot of people tend to fall into, is called the Sigma male. And I just started finding out about this. There's a link I'm going to put below, a top thing, 10 signs you're a Sigma male. And take a look at that, because I think all of us in some ways are a combination of alpha and sigma. I think sometimes we want to be leaders, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're okay, working in the background, but we're strong enough and independent enough to know that we are the sigma male. And that tracks a lot of people. I mean, there's times when you got to take charge, and I think that's when you got more of the alpha behavior coming out. But I also think that you can also not want to be in charge and still be in strong command of yourself. So let's take a look at this Sigma male and kind of look and see where this person falls, some of the characteristics that I saw. One of that person's innovative. I think that they have to be, because they're beating their own path. They're doing their own thing. They don't need people around them. They do things that they feel are important for them, and they feel that they're on their own path, and things are kind of moving in place for them. So they're becoming innovative to come up with ideas, to try to go ahead and do new things, come up with ideas. In my case, I've had many different types of jobs over the years, and I'm still creating different things like these videos and trying to look at different ways to reinvent myself, and that's going to be another video on reinventing yourself. But this is the key, guys, is that you got to keep going. They say that people change jobs 7 to 8 times in their career. And for some of you young people, certainly you're on your career path, you're doing your things, but always have multiple sources of income. That's one thing I'm going to recommend. We haven't talked about finances that much, but have multiple sources of income. No matter what happens, whether you have problems with gold, silver, cryptocurrency, paper money, whatever it might be, commodities, have a variety. Investments in houses, have a variety, so that in case one thing goes bad, you always have things to fall back on and do. So I'll probably end up doing some things on that as well. And investing and things like that. All right, so another thing is that outside categories. There are no categories a person fits in. And I think we all kind of fall into that kind of realm because we're on our journey. We're moving away from this basic types of common norm types of things into other types of things. And that's important. And that's outside the thing. They do what they want. That's another comment I think I saw from that video. Do what they want. And I think that's the whole key to being one of these warriors that I'm talking about, is being somebody who really is strong and vigorous and can do their own thing, and is not really kind of guided by other people. Yeah, some people are going to be upset with you. Sometimes you're going to be alone. But you have to be able, in my book, and this is my philosophy, and I'm probably more of a Sigma male than I think I was, but the idea is that you're okay living by yourself, because you have that inner type of faith, you have that inner type of journey you're on, and you know that you don't necessarily have to be around people to give you approval for those type of things. And that's taken me a long time to realize, but because we all like to be liked, we don't want to be rejected and things like that. So we always have that fear But I realized that on my journey, I realized that is a kind of ridiculous type of idea, and that eventually, we're going to be on our own, and at times, and it's important to be able to live with yourself, and then you can live with other people if you need to. But the bottom line is that you should be happy by yourself, and that's happiness and peace and those tranquility and those type of things that come from, I think, the journey and other self-control things. Humble leadership. I've been in a lot of leadership positions, and I think certainly that when you look at those type of things, being a Sigma male is part of this. You don't have to be given all kinds of accolades and all those type of things, because you don't really need those. They always say the great leaders always give the credit to everybody else, and they take the blame themselves. And that's been traditional, whether it's in the sports arena, economics, the war, whatever it might be, the battlefield. The great leaders never take credit. They may be given credit, but they don't take credit. They always pass it on to the people who worked for it, and they know the people below them worked hard to carry out their orders and ideas. And I think that's important. Lead by example. I think this is a great thing. I'm really in favor of that. You're leading by example. You're not telling people, and then people look at you and say, well, this is hypocritical because you're not actually going ahead and doing the same stuff that you're telling us to do. So you have to be able to do that. The great leaders, the great managers are able to go down and work with the workers on the front lines and show them they can do it. And that builds a lot of respect. They don't dominate others. They may dominate in energy, but they just don't dominate. They don't care about dominating other people. And I think this is a real quality of the Sigma male. They do not want to dominate other people. They're happy with the way things are going, and they're happy on their course. And other people can be happy on their course, but they don't need to control people. They don't care about money or title. That's kind of the same thing that I can relate to that. It's a matter of not being able to care that much. I mean, you need obviously money to live on, but you're not taken in by money or titles. The Bible says it very adequately. Money is the root of all evil. Now, money itself is not a bad thing, but the idea of desiring money and using it as an idol is a bad idea. And that's where you run into problems. Because all you care about is making money, you're going to run into problems someday. Spending time to make the best person you can. We'll do a separate video on this as well. But the better version of yourself, the success is within you. You have to create a better version of yourself every day. Do what? Whether it's working out, whether it's the goals you're achieving, the things you're achieving, always create a better yourself. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. And if you fall back and relapse into things, keep going. Keep going and doing something else. I think that's very, very crucial. Have trouble with people trying to control your lifestyle. So there's people out there, we're talking about our energy vampires, and we're talking about we can also put narcissistic people in there too. The people who only think about themselves are going to be struggling with you because you are your own person. You're not going to be controlled by other people. And the more you have your own journey, the less fear and anxiety and less chance you're going to be controlled by other people. And the more you're going to run into problems with people who are self-centered. And so you have to avoid those if you can. If they're family members, obviously you're not going to be able to avoid them and obligate it, but kind of lower the interaction. Try to remember this as you're interacting, and don't get sucked into that whole thing and lose some of your emotional energy that way. So, and then they're a confident introvert, and I think that's the thing too. Is a lot of times the people who are really Sigma males and even some Alpha males are really down deep shy, but they know they have to lead, and they know that was something that was given to them as a talent, something that lead them as an important type of thing that they need to go ahead with and use to better the world. And that's what warriors do. They better the world. Every day they can. They better themselves, but in the process they're also bettering the world and people around them. So being a giving person is a very important type of thing, but it's also important to know that you don't need to be in control, you don't need to be in charge. You're basically the kind of person that's going to lead by example, and other people will follow that because they see you doing that. So I think that that's a key. So again, I think that as I've kind of seen these lists and things, that I could see a lot of things in these things that we all have, and certainly I have, to be able to say that and understand these things. So understand these principles, whether you're alpha male, sigma male, even beta male, it doesn't really matter. You can better yourself in all these type of things. But once again, if your true nature is to kind of be that trailblazer, being out there by yourself, then you're probably more in the Sigma male category. And that's all good. And so once again, it's rare to see those type of people, but I think you have to try to appreciate those people. And if you're next to that kind of person, learn as much as you can from that person, because that person can actually go ahead and help you become better as well, because they're not caught by the norms, guys. They're not caught by, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. This is why we talked about why women are so attracted to the bad boys and the chads. Now, they end up self-destructing because they have no system themselves in the long run, but the initial attraction keeps people there because they're not somebody that's going to conform. And you have to go ahead and realize a person who has true confidence is not a person that just goes ahead with the norms like everybody else is doing. They're different, and they're going to stand out, and that's important. All right, so I hope this helps a little bit. Once again, the rare Sigma male warrior is somebody that is there, and I think that all of us have some of that in us, and we need to kind of bring more of that out as we move on in this battle. And keeping our energy is so key to that. All right, until next time, battle on.